More people applied for U.S. unemployment benefits this last week than at any other time in the history of the United States. The previous two records were set the week before that and the week before that. This is a major problem, not just for the United States, but for the global economy. Here's why, in brief, Backyard Edition. 6.6 million Americans applied for unemployment benefits the last week of March, following 3.3 million that had applied the week earlier. The first week of April, another 6.6 million Americans applied, bringing the total of newly unemployed Americans because of the coronavirus to over 17 million. The unemployment rate before Corona was 3.5%. Now it's between 10 and 15%. Some predict by the end of May, this rate could skyrocket to between 25 and 30%. To put that into context, the Great Depression saw the largest number of unemployed in the United States history, and that was an even 25%. Here's where it affects everyone. The United States makes up for 1/4 of the entire world's GDP, and all commodities are priced in US dollars. You know the saying, if America sneezes, the entire world catches a cold? Well, that's true now more than ever. So how can this be fixed? 2/3 of the US economy is made up of consumer consumption. As long as consumers spend, the economy keeps going and the world economy is safe. But with social distancing and stay-at-home orders, consumer spending has plummeted. The $2 trillion stimulus bill just passed by Congress is a great first step, but it only works if the people get the money. The Treasury Department just said it might take 5 months for everyone to get their stimulus checks. The problem is 74% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, meaning 200 million Americans don't have 5 weeks to wait, much less 5 months to wait. The Federal Reserve just issued its own stimulus package for medium-sized businesses, but its program is just a 4-year loan. Who is profiting enough during this pandemic to pay off the interest on such a loan, let alone the principal? Policymakers are banking on a quick recovery, with President Trump originally calling for the country to reopen on Easter Sunday. Well, we're way past that mark now, and there is no reopening in sight. Every time we think the tide has turned, news of new outbreaks surface. Some say we'll be back in May, some say we'll be back by the end of the summer, some say we'll be in lockdown until 2021. Whatever the ultimate timeline for reopening America and the rest of the world, policymakers will be faced with the grim prospect of repairing the damage the coronavirus has done on global economies when they return to their posts. Ideas like universal basic income and Medicare for all, ideas that were deemed extreme only a few weeks ago, are all but mainstream now. The flip side is, of course, short of adopting such extreme measures, the world will face an economic catastrophe that will have us looking back fondly at this period of our lives.